Hey guys, so in today's video we are going to be looking at eyes. Now I'm going to be breaking down eyes into simple shapes so that we can use those shapes and create eye structure for the side view and as well as the 3/4 view. So yeah, I'm only going to be breaking down front view. Also, I'm not going to be showing you guys how to shade eyes in this tutorial. If you want me to do so, if you want me to do a tutorial on eye shading traditionally on paper, then just leave a comment down below. Also, you guys, I have used Procreate as my tool for this tutorial. Now that doesn't mean you have to use Procreate for this to work. You can use the techniques showed in this tutorial in any software that you like. You can use these techniques even on the paper as well. So yeah, do not get confused by that. Also, you guys, do subscribe to my channel. 94% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. That's quite an issue for me, so do subscribe to my channel. I post every Monday and Friday. Also, you guys, if you do create something out of my tutorials, then tag me on Instagram and I will link it down in the description as well. And also give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it, and let's just jump right into the video. So to start off with, we are going to be dividing the upper lash line and the lower lash line of the eyes into parts. So here, as you guys can see, I am dividing the upper lash lines in 3 parts using these small lines, and you can actually go ahead and create a curve that we actually have for the upper lash line, but I think this division actually makes it easier to understand the shape. Now, as you guys can see here, I am dividing the eyelids as well. Now, you want to make sure, you want to keep in mind 2 points that we are taking away from this division, is that the end point of the eyes, where the eye shape is kind of ending, is higher than the tear duct of the eyes. Now, this is the first point that you want to keep in mind. The next thing that you want to keep in mind is that for the eyelid, the middle part of the eyelid is smaller, and the parts which are on the left hand side and right hand side are kind of broad maybe, or large in area. Now, as you can see, at the end point, or the last line that we have on the upper lash line, is where we join the arch of the eyebrow. So I hope that makes sense, you guys. You guys can actually see it and understand it. So that's what I'm doing right here, and that's how you can divide the eyes with the help of lines. So that's that. Now, once we have this base for the eyes, now we are going to be dividing the iris, or we are just going to be determining where the iris is going to be. So what you want to do is you want to just draw this plus sign, and these two lines of the plus sign should intersect at the midpoint of the iris. I hope that makes sense. Then you just go ahead and draw a little circle and then this large circle. So here we are just studying the shape of the eye and just dividing the eyes into smaller shapes so that we can use these shapes to draw eyes. Now we're just going to be using these shapes and we are going to be drawing eyes now. So here we have the whole structure for the eye construction. The circle in the middle is going to help us determining the space between the eyes. Now, as you guys can see, there is a little bit of space in between these 3 circles. Now, you don't really have to measure this space using a scale or anything like that. You just have to measure it in your mind and place those circles just according to that measurement that you have in your mind. You don't really have to be specific about it. Now, if you're drawing it on paper, it is not going to be difficult at all. Don't worry. Just measure this in your mind, and you don't really have to draw perfect circles. We are just drawing these as guidelines, so there is no need to be perfect about it. Now again, the horizontal line that we have in this plus symbol is helping us in determining the placement of the tear duct of the eyes and where the eyes are kind of ending. Also, where those 2 lines are intersecting each other in this plus symbol is going to help us in placing the iris of the eyes. And that's how we are going to be constructing eyes using these symbols, or not even symbols, using these shapes, little shapes that we have used to divide the whole structure of the eyes. Now here's how the iris placement changes everything, and how placement of iris can change the whole expression of the eyes. So when you draw iris right in the middle like this, when there's a gap from the upper lash line and lower lash line, the expression actually appears to be a bit shocked. When you draw it up above and leaving a lot of space right at the bottom, it makes the person look high, maybe something like that. And the normal would be like this when you have a little bit of gap from the lower lash line. Starting to construct the eyes, I'm starting off by drawing this plus sign, and then I'm just gonna draw this little circle right in the middle and a bigger one right around it like that. Now you don't really have to be perfect about it, so don't worry. Now as I'm using this Procreate software, so I can actually go ahead and copy paste this shape, but if you're doing it on paper, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it being perfect. Just make sure that the measurements are good to go, and the iris size is just as same as in the first one. So I'm reducing the opacity of this layer, as these are guidelines. So if you are doing this on paper, make sure to be light-handed when you draw these guidelines. Now starting with the tear duct of the eyes and using those 3 lines that we used to divide the upper and the lower lash lines, I'm starting to draw the eyes. Now as I told you guys to remember that the ending point of the eyes is quite higher and the tear duct of the eyes is quite lower. So as you guys can see, that horizontal line is kind of helping us right here in doing that. So that's that, you guys. There's nothing so difficult about it. And then we are going to be drawing the lines for the eyelids as well. Now for the eyebrows, start with the circle that is right in the middle, and then also, as I told you guys, where the arch of the eyebrows is going to be, just do that and just keep that points in your mind, and you'll be able to construct this little eye shape right here. Now again, I'm not going to be showing you guys how to shade eyes traditionally right here in this video, traditionally or digitally, that doesn't matter. I'm just showing you guys the construction, the basic construction of the eyes. Now once you have that, the challenge right here is to draw the same exact thing at the left hand side, but this is not difficult at all. You just have to measure those points where all of those 3 lines that we have for the upper lash line and lower lash line are kind of meeting each other. So as you guys must have noticed, some of those points where those lines are meeting are higher and some of them are lower. So you just want to make sure you're drawing some lines from those points to the left hand side, so that you guys can actually determine where those highest lowest points are going to be on the left hand side of the eye as well. So I hope that makes sense, you guys. I hope this is not confusing at all. And yeah, so you have to do that. Now here I removed the guys just to see how it looks, and it looks perfect. So that's how you do the front view for the eyes. That's quite easy, you guys, and it is much more easier when you are doing it digitally, because we have these tools like copy and paste and stuff like that. But don't you worry, on paper it is just the same and it is not difficult at all. So that's that, you guys. So now we are going to be looking at side view. Now side view is quite simple. We are just going to be using the plus symbol and the circles that we drew. So I'm drawing here a circle and I'm creating these vertical and horizontal lines. As you guys can see, the intersection of these 2 lines actually determines where the eyes are looking at, in which direction they are looking. So, and also I drew this iris just at the just really close to that whole circle, as you guys can see it on the screen. Now what you want to do is you want to just cut it out. You just want to cut the upper part of the iris with the upper lash line a little bit, and then here you want to join the lower lash line with the lower part of the iris. I hope that makes sense. Now that's how it goes. Now it's a bit tricky to explain this, but I hope this is helping you guys, and this is how easy it is to draw the side view. And yeah, I hope it is not confusing. Now similarly here we are going to be drawing the 3/4 view for the eyes. Now again, the point where the two lines of that plus symbol are intersecting is the point where the eyes are looking, or is the direction where the eyes are looking. So that's that. And again, the end point of that horizontal line is going to help us determine where the eyes are going to be ending. And again, as I told you guys, keep the tear duct of the eyes lower than the end point of the eyes. So keeping those things in mind, we are going to be drawing this view. And again, we are using those 3 lines as we used to divide the upper lash line and lower lash line. And in the similar manner, we are going to be drawing the eyelid part of the eyes. Now that's not that difficult, to be honest, to draw eyes when we use these little shapes and lines. It actually makes it much easier to construct the basic shape of the eye. Now it does need a lot of practice, so I know this is going to be a bit confusing at first, but as you go ahead and practice, this is going to seem easy. So for the eyebrows, the front part of the eyebrow should be going in the downward direction, as you guys can see, because this is the side view. And the front part of the eyebrow is also going to determine where the nose is kind of starting, or where the nose is. So keep that in mind while you're drawing eyebrows. Other than that, this is it for today's tutorial, you guys, and I really hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. And if you did, please do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel. I post every Monday and Friday. And also, if you do create something out of my tutorials, and tag me on Instagram, and I will link it down in the description as well. And yeah, I will see you guys the next time.